Not video. All right. So I'm just going to talk a little bit very quickly. I'm having some trouble with this. Okay. Wait, did I get it? Yeah. I'm on air.
Yes, you should. What are you laughing?
Yeah. I logged off, log back on. I mean, if not,
There you go.
no. Okay, maybe that's why. All right. Sorry, I lost you guys momentarily. As we figure out the music, I'm just going to talk a little bit about myself and kind of what you can expect for the next 14 weeks if you weren't here before. Who's here for the very first time? Oh, okay, most of you. Awesome, great. Thank you all for showing up. I think you guys will get a lot of use out of this. So my background is in personal training and physical therapy. I've done over 30 marathons. I've paced here in New York City the 3-hour marathon group for the last decade, and I now work doing physical therapy and personal training at a Resilience Physical Therapy on Person First. So hopefully nothing pops up, any injuries or extra pains or anything like that. But if anything should arise, feel free to reach out to me. I believe my contact info is in the emails. Oh, thank you so much. It's the best. I believe my contact info is in the emails. Yeah, so the class is, again, like I said earlier, it's kind of like a slightly more advanced prehab class. So it's not HIIT, it's not crazy fast or anything. It's a lot of balance, stability, mobility, single leg, single arm stuff, trying to detect the imbalances, all right, if there are any, and then kind of repair and restore them so that, you know, they don't get worse. You know, with all the running that you're doing in the next 14 weeks, some things, if there's a small imbalance now, it will only get larger. So I'm just trying to kind of shore up those things and kind of pay attention to the things that they don't pay attention to in those HIIT classes. It's all about moving fast and breaking a sweat. This, I just want you to kind of feel your whole body, feel what's tight, what's strong, what's weak, and then we can kind of work together to fix those things, okay? We're just gonna get started on our knees. I like to always start by warming up the toes and the ankles, which many people kind of forget, which I always find amazing because we walk on our feet every day, and yet we always pay attention to the hips and the knees, not the feet and the ankles. So we're just gonna kneel on, you're gonna sit on your heels with the toes flat, then you're gonna come back up, curl the toes beneath you, and sit right back on your heels. Okay, so you should feel the stretch in the big toe when your toes are curled, and then when you sit on your heels with the toes flat, maybe you'll feel a stretch on the shins, maybe you feel it in the knees, maybe you feel it in the hips. Okay, you might feel it in the arch as well, the big toe and the arch when you're curling, when you're sitting on your heels with the toes curled. So this is how I start all of my classes, all of my PT sessions, always from the very bottom, the big toe, super important, often neglected. Okay, we're just gonna do 2 more on each side, and then we're gonna get in an all fours position, and we're gonna do 5 cat cows, 5 cat camels, whatever you wanna call it. I never understood the cat cow. Cat camel makes more sense to me, but we can discuss that later. All right, we can get on all fours now. Okay, as you inhale, you're gonna arch your back and look up as high as you can. And then as you exhale, chin to chest, rounding the spine as much as you can. Palms stay flat, and we're just gonna go back and forth 4 more times. So in keeping with this whole theme of the 4 elements of hip hop, I just find it appropriate to kind of bring it all together and play some hip hop tunes for you guys that I think many of you will recognize throughout the class, throughout the season. Might change a little bit, but okay, we got some Eminem and Jay-Z and stuff like that. So you might recognize them a little bit. Okay, I think people are just about done. We're gonna stay in this tabletop position with the hands flat, and we're gonna do some hip cars. Okay, you might know them as hip circles. If you were here last week, we did this last week. If not, just pay attention. You're gonna extend one leg back, then you're gonna rotate the knee out to the side, and then you're gonna bring it around like you're going over a big hurdle. Okay, again, that's back, turn the knee out, bring it around. Palms stay flat, elbows stay straight. Let's do 3 more. Oh, I like this song for this exercise. Okay. Okay, what we're trying to do here is trying to move the ball of the femur in every aspect, every crevice of that socket joint. Okay. Now, right after this one, we're going to go in the opposite direction, same leg. Did I answer your question? We're going to do the same movement in the opposite direction. So instead of extending back first, we're going to bring it out to the side, then rotate so that the knee points down, then bring the leg together. Okay? So again, we're going to bring the knee out to the side, point it to 90 degrees versus the opposite leg, rotate the leg so that the knee points down, bring the leg together, and we'll do 2 more on this side, and then we're going to switch to the opposite side. Okay, the bigger the circle, the better. If it feels very hard at first, it should loosen up a tiny bit. Okay, we can switch sides now. Okay, so if you were doing the right side, we're now doing the left. If you started on the left, we're now doing the right side. Okay, we're going to go in one direction for 2 more. And then we're going to go in the opposite direction. Okay, so we can now switch directions if you haven't already. If you were going forward, you're not going backward. If you're going backwards, you're not going forward. Okay. If you're struggling to get the knee to point to either wall, that's some homework, something you can try on. Okay. Okay, great. So that's the second one. Next, we're going to grab our weight. Should have had a weight here to demonstrate. But you're going to be in a half kneeling position. And then that front leg is going to be out diagonally. You're going to hold the kettlebell vertically, horizontally, doesn't matter. But you're just going to hold it straight down. And then you're going to lean forward towards that front knee. Okay, you're going to keep your trunk completely upright. You're just going to lean forward. You're going to feel the inner thighs, inner hips open up a little bit. Okay, you're just going to lean forward slowly as far as you can and then come right back. Okay, we'll just do 3 more of these and then we're going to switch sides. Okay, so the elbows are straight. The weight is almost touching the floor. You're going to hold it in both hands. Okay, I typically like doing this with a kettlebell. Okay, both hands kind of close together. But we'll make do with what we have. Okay, now we can switch sides. Okay, so 90, front leg a little bit diagonal, chest up, shift your weight forward towards that front foot. Okay, again, you should feel that inner thighs kind of opening up a little bit. Okay. Okay. Great, we can set that weight off to the side. We're just going to go through 2 more mobility exercises. All right. This next one, you might have heard of the world's greatest stretch. I didn't come up with the name. We're going to be in a deep lunge position. You're going to have one hand inside of that front foot. You're going to pick up that back knee, rotate the chest towards the opposite, towards that front leg, reach the hand towards the ceiling, 1, 2, rotate, get your shoulder inside of that front leg and look away from that front leg. Okay, so we're rotating towards the front leg, hand to the ceiling, get that shoulder inside that front leg and look away from it. Okay, we're just gonna do 3 more on this side and then we'll do the opposite side. You should feel the inner thigh. Again, when you're looking away from the front leg, you should feel the outside hip as you turn towards that front leg. Okay, if your back is a little bit tight, you're gonna feel this when you reach for the ceiling in your back. And you should be trying to look down your thumb when you're looking towards the ceiling. So you might feel a little bit of a stretch in your neck as well. Okay, we can switch sides. Okay, we're just gonna go through 1 more right after this, and then we'll get into our 2 activations. Okay, you wanna exhale when you're reaching towards the ceiling, and you can inhale as you get your shoulder inside that front leg and turn away from that front leg. Okay. You can let me know you're done by lying flat on the mat. As soon as we've done 5, okay, as soon as you've done about 5, we're gonna lie flat on the mat. Okay. From this, if you've done yoga, we're gonna do a baby cobra. And then you're gonna look over your right shoulder, try to look at your left heel. So you're gonna pick up the chest only as high as you feel comfortable. Look over the right shoulder, try to find that left heel. You should feel that behind the right ear. Okay, then back down, look over the left shoulder, try to find your right heel. Okay, you're only picking up your chest as high as feels comfortable. Look over the right shoulder, try and find the left heel. Look over the left shoulder, try and find that right heel. Okay. I always like doing this exercise because after the heavy bags that you carry or the stress that you have, or you slept wrong, sometimes our backs can get really stiff and that affects our running form. So always try to open up the chest so we have good arm carriage, especially when we're going up hills. We don't want to go up a hill with bad posture crunched over. So we want to be open. Okay, I think we're just about done. We can get into a tabletop position now. We're going to get into our first of 2 activations. Okay, what this means is we're just going to hold a position for 20 seconds. Okay, if you're familiar with a bird dog, we're going to do a bird dog. If you're not familiar, we're going to start in a tabletop position. You're going to extend your right arm, left leg. You're going to reach for the back wall with your left heel, and you're going to reach for the front wall with the fingertips or a fist, whatever feels more comfortable. And we're going to hold that for 20 seconds starting now. Okay, you should be looking straight down so as to not strain your neck. If you have any tension in your low neck, you should feel a nice stretch at the base of your neck with this. Okay, if anyone's wobbling a little bit, then we have some trunk stability stuff that we can work on. Okay, we can switch sides now. And okay, so we're gonna reach for the back wall with your heel. So go. We're gonna reach for the heel. So the heel is the furthest point. Yep. All right. Good. To be a straight line from the heel to the fingertips for 3, 2, 1. Great. We're going to stay in the same position, the tabletop position. You're going to push into your hands and toes. You're going to lift the knees slightly, and you're going to stay looking down. We're going to hold that position for 20 seconds, starting now. Okay. Imagine the back totally flat. So shoulders and hips are at the same level. Breathe. Yeah, you guys doing good. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, enough of the slow stuff. Now we can come on up. We're gonna get started with our first round of plyometrics. Plyometrics is just a fancy word for jumping, okay? So we're gonna work on that tendon strength in the Achilles, the bone strength, okay? We're gonna go 20 seconds, pogo hops. What that means is slight bend in the knees, very little bend in the knees, just exploding through the ankles, just like this, okay? We're gonna go for 20 seconds in 3, 2, 1. Okay, this is the preview of what we're gonna do in the second round. We're gonna do 2 rounds of this and another core exercise. And then we're gonna do 2 rounds of another jumping exercise and another core exercise. Okay, in 3, 2, 1. Okay, we're gonna get in the plank position. We're gonna pick up the dumbbell, drag it across to the opposite side, switch hands, pick up the hand and drag the dumbbell to the other side. We're gonna do that for 20 seconds straight, starting now. Okay, try and keep those hips below the shoulders, as low as you can. Okay, breathe. 3, 2, 1, and time. Make sure that weight is off to the side so we don't trip over it when we're doing our jumping. Okay, round 2 of the jumps in 3, 2, 1. Okay, the goal with this is to spend as little time in the ground as possible. So stiff ankles, okay, but really stiff ankles. All right, good. 3, 2, 1. Round 2 of the plank and drag. Okay, we'll start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, as best you can. Try and keep the hips below the shoulders. Okay, we want to make sure that we're using our core to stabilize so that we're not rotating to the side. The wider your feet are, the easier it's going to be. 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, round 2 of the plyometric and core. New exercises. This one, we're gonna do single leg hops now. Okay, we're gonna do a lot shorter because people tend to struggle with this one. I don't want to overdo it. I don't know how new some people are to some of these things. So we're just gonna go for 10 seconds. Okay, 1 foot. Let's start off with the left foot in 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, you can have your hands on your hips if you like. In 3, 2, 1, and opposite, and go. Okay, sometimes I see people kind of wobbling. Everyone looks pretty solid. All right, good. And time. We're gonna get down to a mat for our second plank variation. We're gonna get in a side plank. Okay, that can be with the knees touching, modified. So there's 2 versions. There's the knees bent and the bottom knee is down, rotating, looking behind you, and then looking to the ceiling. That's the easier version. The harder version, the knees are up off of the ground. Same thing. We're gonna go for 20 seconds. So I'll leave that up to you, which variation you wanna do. In 3, 2, 1. All right. If you challenge yourself with the knees not touching, that's great, I applaud you, but I will make sure that those hips are not sagging. All right, get those hips up, get those hips up. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, other side. Just 20 seconds. Then we'll do 1 more round of the single leg hops, 1 more round of this one, and then we'll take a quick, very quick water break before we get into the big 6. The big 6 exercises that we're gonna do tonight. Okay, and time, and up. Round 2, single leg pogos. In 3, 2, 1, and go. Five more seconds. And time and switch. Okay. If you weren't here last week, we were doing side to side. So sometimes I'll switch it up from change of direction or single leg and double leg. All right, and time, back down to the side plank rotations. One more round of this, and then we're gonna take a very quick water break. In 3, 2, 1, go. Side plank and rotate. So looking at the ceiling, then you're turning your head. The chest is facing the floor. You're looking behind you and then rotating up again. All the while the hips are up. Even if the bottom knee is down, the bottom hip is always up. And switch. Yeah, take a nice deep breath. Exhale. All right, 10 more seconds. 5, 3, 2, 1, and time. All right, we're gonna take a very quick water break. Okay, next up is gonna be the meat of this exercise. We're gonna go through 4 rounds of 3 exercises, and then we're gonna go through 4 rounds of another 3 exercises. Okay, so we're gonna have very little rest in between. We're just gonna go off of time. We're gonna go for about 20 seconds per exercise per side. So there's gonna be so much change that you're not even gonna be thinking about how many more repetitions there are. Okay, we're just gonna give them another 20 seconds or so, and then we'll get started. So for those of you who already have your water or here, I'm just gonna actually gonna grab a weight so that I can demonstrate some of these exercises. Okay. While there aren't a ton of flashy, new, inventive exercise that I typically recommend here, sometimes there will be 1 or 2 specifically balance or stability focused that you might not have done before. Again, to really make sure we're landing correctly, and we're just using our feet and body the right way so that we don't get injured. So the first one we're gonna do, you can stand up. You're gonna grab your weight horizontally. We're gonna have let's have the left foot forward, the right foot back. The back right heel is up, and you're gonna lean forward a little bit. Okay, so you're looking up, when you look directly down, you're looking in front of your left foot, and we're gonna rotate towards the left, and then we're gonna rotate towards the right. Okay, that same motion is what we're gonna do for the next 20 seconds, starting now. So you're just leaning forward a little bit, and then rotating from the belly button from left to right. We're really focusing on ankle stability, and from the looks of it, I think we got it right because I see a lot of shaky ankles, which is good. Okay, we're gonna switch sides now. So now we're gonna have the right foot in front, left foot back, left heel is all the way up, and we're gonna rotate starting now. Excuse me? Yeah, you're gonna keep the weight in front of you the whole time, and then you're just gonna rotate as much as you can without losing your balance, and then rotate the other way. Okay? I see a lot of shaky ankles. Again, that's not a bad sign. We'd rather them shake here in a controlled environment than out there at mile 16 and tripping on a rock or something. All right, and time. Next, we're gonna keep that weight in your hands horizontally. The feet are gonna be together. You're gonna extend the left leg out to the side. Then we're gonna sink towards that left side. That right leg, the toes are gonna turn out. Okay, and then we're gonna come back. Go out to the side, sink into that left leg, rotate that right foot and point it out to the side, and then come right back. Okay, we're gonna do that same movement for 20 more seconds, starting now. Okay, kind of like a lateral lunge, but pointing that right foot out turns into a Cossack squat. Okay, that's really important for the inner thighs. Okay, we're also working a little bit of that mobility. So each side, each time you do it, you should be able to get maybe a little bit lower into that left leg. Okay, and switch sides now. In 3, 2, 1. So now we're sending the right foot out to the side, rotating that left toe up, and then back out to the side, sink into that right leg, point the left toes out. Okay, that front, the foot. Okay, everyone looks good. Okay, and time. From here, we're gonna stay holding this weight. We're gonna get in a static mini lunge, okay, position. Doesn't have to be too deep. From here, we're gonna raise that front heel as high as possible. Okay, and we're gonna stay in the same position, just raising the heel. Okay, we're gonna go for 20 seconds starting now. Okay, we're staying in this lunge position, just raising that front heel as high as possible. Yeah, feel the burn. This one burns. That's okay. Okay, we're gonna go for 3 more seconds. And time. Switch sides in 3, 2, 1. Okay. If it's too hard, just come up a little bit higher. If it's too easy, just go a little lower into that lunge. Okay. We're gonna go for 5 more seconds. Okay, good. Trunk is upright, looking straight ahead. And time. Good, that's round 1. We got 3 more. Right back to the beginning. Okay, left foot forward, right foot back, right heel up, leaning forward, rotating with the weight, keeping the weight in front of your belly button, and then rotating together. The weight is now part of you. Rotating to the left and to the right without losing balance, of course. So the majority of your weight is going to be on that front foot. Yeah, and if you're losing your balance, that's okay. This is what it's about. Getting those ankles strong, those toes strong, the often neglected muscles. All right, and now switch sides. 3, 2, 1. If anyone doesn't get the point of this exercise, doesn't feel it in their foot, just look me in the eye, I'll find you, and then we can kind of figure this out. Okay, that front foot is flat. Okay. And time. All right, back to the Cossack squats. Okay. Right foot out to the side, sink in, get low. Left toes pointing up, and then come back up. We're gonna stay on the same side. Okay, you're only gonna get as low as you can comfortably. Okay, you might not be able to get super low, but that's okay. Okay. Yep. And then that, yeah, there you go. Okay, good. And switching sides now. And go. Okay, so you should feel it in the inner thigh of the leg of the knee that's straight. Okay, good. Again, similar to a lateral lunge, but you get a little bit more of that hip internal rotators working by pointing the toes out. Okay. And next, done with that, back down to the lunge heel raise. Lunge, and then raise that front heel as high as possible and go. Pushing through the big toe, okay, so that the knee doesn't go out to the side. The knee should be going up and straight, not out to the side. If it's going out to the side, that means the 4 smaller toes are doing the work to raise the heel. We want the big toe to really work. Back heel is up. Okay, we can switch sides now. Okay. Yep. So now we're like this. Yeah. You feel that in that calf? Yeah. All right. Okay, that's two. We got two more rounds, and then we're gonna take another short water break before we get into the next three exercises. Okay. Again, left foot forward, right heel up, leaning forward. Okay. If you're upright, you're not gonna feel it as much because now the weight is 50-50. We want the weight to be 90% on that front foot. Okay, that back foot is only there for a little bit of balance, but most of your weight should be on that front leg, which means your feet should be a little bit closer together. If you have that back foot a little bit closer. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Now you're gonna this weight, you're gonna keep it in front of you. And now you're gonna rotate the whole body. Yeah. Ooh, yeah, I see that ankle working. You feel it a little bit more and shaky. Yeah, good. Okay, now switching sides. So the feet are pretty close together. Again, leaning forward, and then we're rotating. Okay. So I always try to include at least one kind of foot specific exercise. Okay. And time, round 3 of the Cossack squats. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about kind of what some of these exercises. Sorry, we're gonna continue. We're gonna keep on going. I'm just gonna talk. Okay, so we can go ahead in 3, 2, 1. So the reason for that foot exercise, a lot of people kind of deal with either plantar fasciitis or a post-tib injury, which is the inner part of the foot, inner part of the arch. So those are two of the top 6 running related exercises. And so those are the reasons why I try to include those in here. All right, we can switch sides now. Opposite leg, 3, 2, 1. All right, I always hear people talking about tight hips, whether they sit too much. That's where this exercise comes in. Really opens up that inner thigh. All right. Some people have one hip a little bit stiffer than the other. This is, again, detect and restore and repair. All right. And now switching to that lunge heel raise. Okay. As low as you can comfortably. 3, 2, 1. Raising that heel as high as possible. This is the forgotten calf muscle. Okay, it raises the heel when the knee is bent. Soleus. Very important, often overlooked. Great exercise for anyone dealing with an Achilles injury. So Achilles tendinopathy is also a very common exercise. We're gonna switch sides now. 3, 2, 1. So this is an exercise that I would give someone with an Achilles injury. So again, I work always with the injury in mind, going backwards from the injury to today, where hopefully most of you are healthy or mostly healthy. Okay, and time. Okay, we'll take a 5-10 second break. Catch your breath. If you have a sip of water right next to you, you can grab a sip. Then we're gonna do one more round, then take another quick water break for those of you who need to go to the fountain. And then we'll go through 4 rounds of 3 more exercises, and then we'll kind of wrap up from there. All right. Okay, everyone's ready? Last round. Remember that exercise? Front foot flat, back heel up, leaning forward. And then we're gonna rotate. Again, the weight is in front of your belly button, and you're gonna rotate as far as you can without losing your balance. Okay, you wanna go slow. And again, you should be leaning forward. Excellent. And switch sides, other leg. 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Again, most of your weight should be on that front leg. Okay, at least 80, 85% of your weight should be on the front leg. Breathe. 3, 2, 1. Okay, last round of the Cossack squats in 3, 2, 1. Pick your favorite side first. We'll go that one. Okay, hopefully you're able to get a little bit deeper. And if not, then hopefully it feels a little bit less uncomfortable. Excellent. 3, 2, 1. Switching sides now. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Okay. So one foot is flat, the other one is just the heel, and the toes are pointing up and away. 3, 2, 1. Last one. Lunge, heel raise in 3, 2, 1. As low as you can tolerate. If you feel like you're about to cramp, just come up a little bit higher. All right. Again, I always like to include a calf exercise because that's what's helping us propel us all the way to 26 miles. And all right, switch sides. 3, 2, 1. Let's keep that trunk upright, looking straight ahead. If it feels easy, you want to add a little layer of difficulty, you can hold the weight over your head. Get a little bit of core. We will be doing some overhead presses in the next 3 rounds. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, time. All right, second water break. All right. I'm gonna grab some water. We'll start up with the next 3 exercises in about 1 minute. Okay, maybe a little bit less, hopefully. Definitely the quads. Definitely the quads, yeah. You were here last week. Remember when we did these? You feel a lot calf, but you also feel a lot in that quad too. Okay.
I feel it more in my back. I feel it in my back.
For the lunge?
Any one of the lean over. I mean, my core is not strong, maybe.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
maybe what sometimes happens is people arch their back here instead of having it here. So maybe what I would try to do at home is doing some pelvic tilts like these. I like practicing lying down so you have the floor to kind of like, but yeah, but just doing this motion kind of help loosen it up a little bit. Yeah, maybe try some of those cat camels too. Okay. All right.
Should we have had
This one?
Yeah.
Up and down. Up and down. Yep. All right, round 2. Next 3 exercises. We're gonna start in a half kneeling position. These next 3 are gonna be predominantly on the floor. All right, so we have 1 kneeling, 1 on our side, and then 1 on our back. This first one, excuse me, half kneel overhead press. So you're gonna have left foot in front, right knee down, holding the weight inside of that front right shoulder. Knuckles to the ceiling, just straightening the elbow like you're in a telephone booth. So it's not out here. You don't have a whole lot of room in a telephone booth. So I think, never been in one, where you're gonna have the weight close to you always so as to not have the arm in a dangerous position. Okay, we're gonna go for 20 seconds, starting now. What I should have said earlier is if it's too heavy for you to press with 1 hand, you can just be in a tall kneeling position and do 2 hands together if it's too heavy. Okay, we're gonna go for 5 more seconds. So maybe take that into account when you're thinking how fast you're going. Okay, and now switch sides. Yes, switch sides. So yeah, switching the weight and the leg. Okay, so we want to keep that elbow in, not out here. Okay, straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down, locking up the elbow and shoulder. Okay, we don't want to be out here. All right, in 3, 2, 1, time. I believe everyone was able to get a band today. So we're gonna get into a side plank. We're gonna do the modified side plank. So you're gonna loop the band around the knees. You're gonna lie on your side. That top leg is gonna be straight. Okay, so side plank here. We're gonna go up as high as you can, hold for 1 second, and then back down. But you're gonna have a band around the knees. Up, hold 1 second, back down. We're gonna go for 20 seconds, starting in 3, 2, 1, go. So bottom knee is down, top knee is straight. Go slow, we're going for time. Okay, we got 10 more seconds. You're gonna go as high as you can. Some of these bands are really tough, so don't worry if you can't get it, the band up too high. And time and switch. Again, another one of my favorites. You should feel this kind of everywhere. All right, 3, 2, 1. But more specifically, you should feel that in the bottom obliques and then that top hip. Okay, that glute. If you're able to go slowly, even better. Okay, that top knee is straight. Okay, we got 3 more seconds. 2, and time. Great, I know that's a really tough one. Now, this last exercise, we're gonna be lying on your back. The knees are bent, toes are up. We're gonna do a bridge, and then from here, you're gonna walk out the heels as far as you can while keeping the hips up the whole time. The hips don't touch without the band, no band. Good question. Okay, and you're just gonna walk the heels back and forward, go forward and back. The hips are in the air the whole time. 20 seconds starting now. Keep those hips up, and secondly, try not to sway the hips. So when one leg is up, that means that heel is supporting the entire body. Okay, we're gonna go for 5 more seconds. Toes up. Yeah, now you feel it more in the hamstrings, right? All right, and time. That's the circuit. All right, we got 3 more rounds of this, and we're gonna start to cool it down. All right, starting with the half kneel, overhead press in 3, 2, 1. Okay, if you need something a little bit lighter, I think there's still some light weights. Okay, elbow straight, press, elbow straight. Okay, keep the weight close to you. You don't want it out here. You want it close to you. Okay, we're gonna go for 3 more seconds. And time, switching sides, 3, 2, 1, and go. Switching legs as well. Good. Okay. Thumb should be pointing towards you. Knuckles up, back down. Okay. When you go up, you might feel a little bit of a stretch in the front of that hip. That's good. Okay, and time. Next up, the side plank leg raise. Loop the band above the knees. Turn onto one side. Doesn't matter which one. Okay, keep that elbow close to you. Okay, it's gonna make it more comfortable for your shoulder. Okay, in 3, 2, 1, that bottom knee is bent, that top knee is straight. Try to go slowly, as high as you can, hold for a second and then back down. Again, this is for time. So faster is not necessarily better. We're still doing this for the same amount of time. Okay, 3, 2, 1, switching sides now. 3, 2, 1, and up. Again, that top knee is straight, that bottom knee is down. Yep. If it's too hard, you can just lie on your bicep, okay? If the side plank part is too hard, you can just lie down and we'll just focus on the leg, okay? The side plank leg raise is pretty challenging. Okay, and time. Okay, second round of the heel bridge walkouts. Okay, so lying on your back, knees bent, bridge position if you're familiar with a bridge. The toes are pointing up. You're gonna pick up the hips and you're gonna walk them out as far as you can without hip swaying, starting now. Good, keep those hips up. Not only are you picking up the hips the whole time, but you're keeping them as high as possible the whole time. Okay, even if you walk out the heels just 2 or 3 short steps, doesn't matter how far the steps are, as long as they're a little bit away from you and a little bit back. And time. Okay, we'll take one more quick water break. Okay, 15 seconds, just if you have something near you. All right, then we got 2 more rounds of this and we'll start to calm down. Yeah, that's it. Oh, you want more? All right. I got you. I got you. No, we do 4 rounds. We just did 2, so we got 2 more. All right. Half kneel overhead press. 3, 2, 1. Okay, thumb pointing towards you, knuckles facing the ceiling and the telephone booth. Okay, so we're not hurting our shoulders. Okay. If you tighten up the glute of the same side that you're lifting, that's going to help you lift. Squeezing that right glute, going to help raise the arm. Okay, now switching sides. 3, 2, 1. Again, squeezing that glute is going to help lift the arm up, whether you know it or not. Okay, so if you're struggling to get the weight up a little bit, just squeeze that glute. It's going to make it a little bit easier to lift that weight up overhead. Okay, we're just going to go for 3 more seconds. And time. All right, everyone's favorite exercise, I know, the side plank leg raise. Again, if your arms are starting to feel tired, if your obliques are starting to feel tired and you can't do it anymore, you're welcome to just lie on your side and just focus on the legs. I always like to sneak in a little bit of core to my exercises, so I'm not just doing core 10, 15 minutes at the end of my workout, because no one ever does it. All right, 3, 2, 1. I know we always say we're going to leave it at the end, and they're like, you know what, we'll just do 5 minutes or 6 minutes. So by sneaking it into all these little exercises, you've done core, you don't have to separate 15, 20 minutes out of your day. Okay, we're just going to go 3 more seconds here. 2, 1, time. Other side. 3, 2, 1, and go. All right. One of the things that I've seen people always neglect, and where they get in trouble with their strength training, they don't work out the stabilizing muscles. They know they do the squats, they do the deadlift, they do the lunges, but they don't work out the side-to-side muscles. We did the Cossack squats, and we're doing these. So we did inner thighs, we're doing outer hip. Okay, and time. Heel bridge walkout. Okay, if they felt a little bit easy for you, you want to spice it up a little bit, you can hold your dumbbell out in front of you, especially if you have a 10-pounder maybe. If you have a 20-pounder or heavier, think twice about it. All right, in 3, 2, 1, and up. Again, walking on your heels only, so the toes are up. Keep those hips up. Keep the hips up as high as possible. Two, 1, time. All right, we made it. Last round. One more round. We got this. One more round, 1 more mile, 1 more workout, 1 more. That's it. All right. In 3, 2, 1, overhead press. Okay, you can have your opposite hand on your hip or out to the side, wherever feels better. Always keeping the weight close to you, looking straight ahead. Okay. We got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, switch sides. And 3, 2, 1, up. Okay, looking straight ahead. None of this. Okay, shoulder down, hand up. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and time. Last round of the slide plank leg raise. One of my favorites. And 3, 2, 1. I train a lot of sub 240 guys, sub 230 guys, and they're always shaking in this one as well. Everyone suffers with this one. So you're not alone. All right. And switch sides. And 3, 2, 1, and up. Okay. Yeah. There you go. Came back to life. All right. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, time. All right, last exercise of the night. Make it a good one. Keep those hips up the whole time. Weight in front of you if you so choose. You didn't get enough core today. Let's add a little bit more. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, walking those heels out. Okay, the further away your feet are, the harder it's going to be on those hamstrings. In 3, 2, 1, time. All right. So that concludes the exercise portion. If you've taken my class before, if you were here last week, I like to end all of my classes with 3 minutes of meditative music. We just get into the most comfortable position. Some people like to lie on their back and raise their legs up against the wall. You can sit crisscross applesauce. You can lie on your back. You can turn onto your side, face down, whatever's comfortable for you. And I'm just going to play some very soft meditative music for just 3 minutes. It is now 7:56, so we're right on time. Okay. And relax. You can click save on your watch if you had it on. Just 3 minutes. So that concludes our class for tonight. Again, thank you all for coming. If you guys have any questions regarding any exercise in particular or any injury or something, again, feel free to, I'll stick around for a little bit. If not, my Instagram handle is DynamoD. My email is dcerna90. Again, I believe both of them are in the emails, but I'll be here for the next 16 weeks. You might even see me in a long run here and there. Yeah, good luck to everyone who's training for their first marathon. And yeah, if you guys don't mind, obviously just putting the weights back as well as the bands.